Easing out of the August heat, we move now into September, with the promise of cooler, cozier days just at our fingertips. I began the month by preparing for a pop-up show at Stoveworks. This is the second place I've been able to show my Memorialized series, which now consists of over 80 small acrylic paintings that capture the memories I've made within the past 4 years. It was first shown in my BFA exhibition, right before I graduated from college, and my vision is to continue adding to it and showing it around the country and maybe even around the world throughout the rest of my life. So, 2 shows down, and who knows how many more to go. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to attend the show. What I got to do instead was take a trip to Washington, D.C. for the weekend with my parents.
Simply establish a qualified
The purpose for this trip was threefold: visit my aunt and uncle, see the sights in DC, which was, for me, the first time, and finally, see the band We the Kingdom in concert, which was excellent in every way. I thoroughly enjoyed the concert. It was so worth the trip. However, I can't share much of that music here for fear of copyright strike.
Yeah, I might as well get on it too while you're passing it.
Precious, like I'm with Daddy.
No. You go, buddy. Everything. I love it.
Though short, I had a wonderful time on this little weekend vacation. Memories were made that will always bring a smile to my face and lend themselves to the collective muse that inspires my artwork. On the last night, I did an impromptu self-photo shoot to preserve the flowers my aunt gifted to me, even though I couldn't physically bring them home with me. For the following days, I spent some time at home with my parents. Then, on my way back to my own house, I made a pit stop at this huge gas station / convenience store.
Eating the Buc-ee's food, man. He's just wild out here.
It reminded me of a gas station, a fast food restaurant, a farmer's market, and the shop side of Cracker Barrel, all rolled into one place.
Buzzballs.
He's looking for the white car.
The spoils.
On the following Saturday evening, Delano and I decided it was time to release some creative energy.
Yeah, just stop and turn around.
This boy puts his foot on my dash.
There's a long hill I often pass by while driving. The grass is long, there are no trees, and power lines stretch through its expanse. I've passed this place for over 4 years now, and each time I've thought how cool it would be to do a photo shoot there. So this evening, Delano and I headed over to finally try out the long dreamed of photo shoot.
Forward a little bit.
Delano and I collaborated once again that week when he released an album of ambient guitar music, and I got to paint the album cover for it. I actually painted a lot that week because an artist I follow on Instagram, Jed Dorsey, not to be confused with Darcy, was hosting a free acrylic painting class that I decided to join last minute. The technique he uses was really cool to learn. He starts with a background that vaguely maps out where the light will be coming from. Then he paints the shadows. And finally, at the end, he paints the light. There were a couple weeks this month where I really tapped into my extrovert side. It mostly consisted of going to coffee shops to meet fellow artists for the first time or to catch up with friends. Each conversation was wonderful for making connections, opening up, getting ideas, and gaining inspiration. I also visited the studio class at my old college to take part in another critique.
I went to a studio critique today at the school I just graduated from. It was so nice to experience one of those again. Got to see a lot of my friends still in the class and also meet some new people. And today is an art day, so my plan is to do art all day today, and it was a nice little inspiration to begin that day.
I was interviewed on a podcast this month. Unfortunately, the host later discovered that barely any of the audio was salvageable. He's working on it, but I am not completely sure what will come of that. Something that I can share now is a creative project I started this month. My visual dream journal. I've been posting all the entries so far on my TikTok. Dreams are an inconsistent thing for me. Sometimes I'll go for months without even the slightest dream, but for a long time now, I've had a dream just about every night. I've always loved the idea of recording dreams, so I've taken up the practice of painting them. It's beneficial for many reasons, but one in particular is the act of painting completely from memory. This is an area I really want to improve in.
It's like, well, I get why you care.
So I get why she would care.
The first day of fall saw me picking up some art prints, packaging them, and then dropping them off at the nearby tea shop Wildflower. The prints are of an original watercolor piece I painted of the shop, and the owner and I decided on a wholesale arrangement so she could sell the prints in her store. After treating myself to some of their delicious autumn tea, I went back home to finish framing some oil paintings for a nearby art gallery.
Good thing I had lettuce.
Next time we go taller.
The next day brought a picnic outside and an immersive dance show by the Pop-Up Project in Chattanooga. The remaining few days of September continued on through highs and lows, quiet moments, laughter, creative expression, relationship building, silences, and reflection. The weather moves ever closer to cooler days, and while I await the arrival of colorful leaves and chilly breezes, I continue my efforts to live every day to its fullest. Through every season, every transition, and every wind of change.